What are we here to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe why I got the boot.
Maybe. Why do you think you got the boot?
Oh, I think it was time. I think my inexperience was catching up to me, and I couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And,
I heard you say on the conference call yesterday that you were having a problem with dealing with 2 songs when you guys went to 2 songs in the top 5.
I really was. You know, I've never really learned songs that much, and never more than one in like a week. And so my mind couldn't get them both. Like I was just splitting, so either one was just not very good.
And unlike some of the people on the show, I mean, we've seen Carly Smithson and Michael Johns and Brooke and I think Christy Lee Cook. They've all had albums. They all had deals at one point. But you came from virtually no vocal background whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
I started playing guitar about 3 years ago and singing shortly thereafter, and just self-taught in every way. And I started really focusing on singing in about a year later is when I auditioned. And I'd only played in public about 5 times before that first audition. And so it's been a fast, crazy jump.
And what made you say, hey, I want to go try out for American Idol?
Well, I sang for my family for the first time in the summer, and they all kind of freaked out. And it was around the time the commercials were going for American Idol, and they're like...
Of course, that happens a lot where people are like, sing for the family,
yeah.
like, oh, you're great,
That's what
you're
I
awesome,
said.
and then they go audition, and they're in, like, the reject pile.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was
so you believe
them?
It.
Yeah, well, all the way up. I mean, even the day of, I was like, let's not do this. I was like, this is not good. Because I wasn't sure if I'd be a reject or not.
Yeah.
And so we went out. I mean, I didn't tell anybody because I didn't want to, if I didn't make it anywhere, I didn't want people to know, that I wasn't a good singer. But
and you made it, but they didn't show you because you sang Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, and that boy will not let people play it. That song is like, everybody sang that, and he would not give the rights to that. Now, tell me about this hair. When did this start?
My senior year of high school, I had long hair, and I was just bored with it. I was about to cut it off, and someone was like, well, I should do dreads. And so I did it just for fun. They were like little, like this big, and stuck straight up. And I just left them. I had nothing better to do.
So this has been going for how long?
It's been almost 4 years now.
Wow. Okay. There's a little bit of controversy with you in that on Tuesday night's show, when you sang your first song, you know where I'm going, right? You're standing there with Ryan, and you said these words. But people thought you said what?
Don't vote, which I did not.
Well, what did you say?
I said vote. I was just trying to emphasize it, but nobody heard me. So,
yeah.
And I thought about that when I went back to my seat. I was like, that's gonna look like don't vote. Like that actually crossed my mind, and so the next time I consciously only said it once.
Do you know how many people have played that clip back to trying to decide, if you said don't vote? Because the reason that people were thinking that is you, in the last few weeks, you sort of seem to have lost your spark, I would say. And a lot of people noticed that about you. Would you say that's true? Yeah, I was just getting overwhelmed with it, I tried to keep up, but it was just hard. Like, when you're not connecting with the songs, it's frustrating, and, you can't give your all if you don't know the songs. And I know that Simon, after the show, accused you of forgetting your lyrics on purpose so that you could go home, and then the whole thing with people thinking you say don't vote. So everyone was pretty convinced you're like, I gotta go. No,
I wasn't. I had every intention of making as far as I can, but the day of, I was pretty relieved because I was thinking right before we got the results, I was like, I don't know if I can do this next week. I was just thinking about it. We're upping one more song and doing traveling back home, and I just wasn't sure if I could handle it.
So there was a little bit of a sigh of relief, even though you say that you did want to win, but there was a relief. Now, also, the other things that I would bet you could not stand doing for the show were the group numbers, because you looked tortured.
Really? Did I really?
Yeah, you were just like, I'm singing this song. You did not look happy. And then when you had to put on the Spanish for the Ford commercial.
When we saw those, we had never seen it on camera, and that was pretty embarrassing.
What was the reaction when you first saw it, and they're like, you need to wear this?
I mean, I thought it was funny. I was like, all right, I'm always up for whatever. And what else am I going to put on tights?
Would that be the strangest thing you had to do for the show?
Probably.
Yeah.
The farthest from anything I would have ever done.
Okay. I have a special something for you. Now, you are the only American Idol contestant, I think, who refused to sort of change their style, change their hair. But, Jason, I wanted you to know, if you decide, you want to cut the hair, we have some images for you, so you can kind of see what you look like. So, of course, that's you. now. That was from the Top 12 party. Those are flowers in your hair, right? This is what you would look like bald.
That's disgusting.
We'll show the camera that one. Okay, you don't like that one. How about the Simon Cowell? What do you think of that?
It doesn't look as good on me as it does on him.
No, definitely not. All right, okay, so no to Simon Cowell. How about the Ryan Seacrest?
Once again, I don't know. I just like my hair.
So no. But that's kind of like normal looking, a dude crew cut. So you don't think you're going to do the crew cut?
No, anytime soon.
Well, I think this is the one. Last year, he made, the hair was the whole thing. How about the Sanjaya? The Pony Hawk? Pass, no. Nothing? You didn't like any of them?
Not really.
All right, so you're not going to change your hair for me. Are you positive? Because in case you change your mind and you wanted to do it right now, I brought you some clippers.
Yeah, don't get too close.